Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarotbythea live stream. This is for the Relaunch Special. We've had a lot going on this past week, and I'm going to recap some of that for you in a bit for those who haven't been here with us. And then we're going to get. Oh, hello, Dead Chrome. Yes, it's been a while, and actually, that's one of the things I want to talk about because a lot of the changes have been going on in terms of how I want to do tarot content online. And my original plan was that I was going to do live streams maybe every 2 or 3 weeks and all of that, but that just didn't work out because live streams take a couple of days out of my schedule, and as I got busier, it just wasn't possible for me to do that. So I'm going to be doing other kinds of content, which I'll talk soon, but every now and then I'm going to do a live stream as a special sort of occasion, and this is one of them. So yeah, there's been many changes. So and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. You may hear my cat in the background. I can already hear him a little bit. So Leah may join us at some point. We'll see. But we're streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube tonight. I've had to use my personal Facebook because Facebook's changed a bit since the last time I did live streams. It's not possible to really live stream to a Facebook group anymore, not without the chat working. And I created a Facebook page, but apparently it needs to be, created for 60 days before you can use it as a live. So this time I'm using my personal one, and next time I'll use the page. But so that's a little thing. And for those on Twitch, there isn't like any bots or anything, so you can't do exclamation point join and be in a queue. That's because I don't live stream enough to get the special, bot privileges to be an affiliate or partner or whatever it is. So the only way you're going to join a queue tonight is if you talk in the chat, and we'll mention that in a little bit. But yeah, to get in the queue, just say you want a reading in the chat. So let's see, what do we need to do? Yes, so I'm going to recap what's happened this week as part of the introduction and for all of the stuff we've launched. And then we're going to go straight into audience viewer readings. So I'll tell you exactly, there's going to be a little twist for tonight in terms of how we're going to do it, and I'll talk you through it. So I'm going to share screen now, and I'm going to just go over there. So the first thing is we've updated the website, and I actually have a little relaunch page here. So if you want to actually see what we've been doing, then you can go here. But the main thing that's changed is the tarot readings page, and now we have a lot of preset options for different kind of readings, and these are email readings now, because one of the problems is I'm in Europe. There's a lot of people in America and other places in the world that would like a reading, but they don't have the same schedule as me. They don't have the same time zone as me, and so it was always really hard to sort of match that up. So now I'm doing email readings, and this means it doesn't matter where you are or what your schedule is. You can just book one, and then I can do a reading for you, typically within a week. That's what I'm going to aim for. And there's lots of different preset options here, and we're going to use these tonight for the readings. So if you want a reading, you can tell me which one of these you actually want, and I'll put the web page up in a minute when we actually get to that point. But so these are the different options you're going to get to choose from tonight. If you have a specific question, like you really want to know something specific, then you can do the Ask the Cards Anything option. And that means you just tell me the question and I'll do a reading for you. There's going to be no major big spread tonight. It's just going to be viewer readings after we get past the introduction. So that's how it's going to be tonight. Then the next thing that happened during relaunch week is I relaunched my Substack. So this is basically it. I've relaunched my Substack. This is the 4th rebranding that I've done. And 2 of them were about sort of intuitive stuff. One was about music, and now it's about channeling and tarot. So this is basically what I've been working on as well. And what's going to be on Substack is premium content. So that's going to be high quality videos where I do proper post-production on. It's also going to be special channelings and readings. Some of it's going to be free, some of it's going to be a paid subscription. But I have the subscription settings down to the lowest level, so it's $5 a month, or if you buy an annual one, it's $30 a year, which means you get it off for half price, basically. And so some things are going to be just I'm going to see what feels aligned, whether it's something that should be completely free, whether part of it should be free and part of it paid. I'm going to just see what spirit guides me to on some things. Some things may be paid for a while and then I'll release them as free later. I'm just going to see how it goes. But this is where my premium content's going to be from now on. And then the next thing that hasn't been part of launch week, but I do want to mention it quickly, is I set up a new Instagram account a little while ago. I think it was back in April. And this is where I'm going to do a lot of free readings. Now, I have done a few posts already, but I'm going to start trying to get into a regular habit of doing quick free readings that don't need a lot of post-production, that I can get up really quickly, have a quick workflow, so that I can do readings for people who maybe don't have a lot of money, or they're just interested in the free readings, and that's fine. This is where it's going to be. And then the sort of Substack is if you want additional stuff, higher quality stuff. And like I say, some of that will be free. So, and you can have it emailed straight to you as well. So if you join that. And let's see. Now the other thing, so I'm going to come into one of the posts here. There was the relaunch schedule. So this is basically what's been happening this week. We relaunched the website and Substack. Now we have a giveaway, which is what I'm about to talk to you about now. So there is a giveaway where if you subscribe to my Substack, it could be the free one, it's totally fine. You will get, let me just scroll down to where it talks about that. We're going to give away 2 Oracle email readings, which is a 2-card pull. And we'll probably do some of them tonight, so you get an idea of what they're like. And I'm going to give away 2 6-month paid Substack subscriptions, so you can actually have the paid content for free, basically, for 6 months. Those people who do decide to become paid subscribers, there's also an extra draw for you guys, which is a tarot reading, which is a 7-card pull. So it's a longer reading, and that's going to be given away free. And all you have to do is subscribe by the end of the month, so July 31st, Pacific time. So to give everybody a chance, by the end of day Pacific time, July 31st, if you subscribe, then you'll get automatically entered into this draw, and then I'll contact you. The details about this are here on this page, but basically you'll have 72 hours to confirm that you want the prize, and then you can tell me what kind of email reading you want from this list, basically, and then I'll give it to you within, I'm going to say 2 weeks roughly, because there might be some other stuff that comes up because of the launch, and it has been a busy week. So yeah, so that's really big thing. And actually I'll put the website up for that, but basically it's thea.substack.com right here, but I'll put it in the chat in a sec. And then the last thing that has happened this week, besides this live stream, is that I've released this interview, Voices of Home, Reflections on My UK Pilgrimage. One of the other things I'm going to do on Substack is every now and then I'm going to release like a sort of interview or something like that, where I talk about my spiritual path, my spiritual journey, and things that happened to me, because, this is kind of a blog as well as it is for readings and stuff like that. And I kind of want to share my spiritual journey, because I know it can help others as well who are going through it or have experiences and they don't know how to put words to it or stuff like that. So I want to share it. And also I got really cool to do this. I had a very powerful spiritual experience when I went to the UK in May, and I felt very cool to do an interview. It's actually a combination of 2 interviews. There's a bonus interview at the end, which is a follow-up interview on my reflections and sharing all the things I did. And it was a very intense time for me in the UK. As well as dealing with a lot of family healing and stuff like that, there was a lot of shadow work. I had a lot of spiritual activity I was dealing with, and I decided that I wanted to record some of my reflections on that in an interview, which has been released this week as well. So, so that is also on the Substack. So yeah, so that's really kind of what's been going on this week. I'm going to just pop back now to the studio and come back to here so I can give you the different links and stuff. So Substack is this one. So if you want to go and subscribe for the giveaway, then this is where you go. And it's also where the interview is as well, if you decide you want to watch that. And also the relaunch details, the schedule of all of that. And let's see, what else might you want right now? Well, I'll give you the other links in a bit. Oh yes, Dead Chrome, you can have, oh, the stream keeps stuttering. Oh no. Let me see. Let me see. I'm just going to stop it from going to automatic resolution. Maybe that helps. Where do I see the bit rate? Okay, you're back. It's usually a way to see where bit rate is, but it seems to have moved. Okay, well, let me know if it's still a problem. I have got my where else would it be? Okay, let me just see how it looks like. One sec. Okay. See, maybe the light is a little bit off. Yeah. What I could do, I guess, is I could take the quality down if we have an issue. Can you hear me all right? That was where you could see the bit rate. Okay. Well, let's just try keep going, and if it's really bad, just let me know and I'll take the quality down. The internet should be fine. I'm on 5G, which is really fast, so I don't understand what it might be. There might be flickering in the lights just because I get that sometimes in my house, and if that's the case, I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, let's just carry on. So, where was I? Yeah, so let's go on to the actual readings. So these are the options we have tonight. Let's go to here. So, Dead Chrome, if you're there still, then you can let me know what kind of reading you would like. I'll just put in the chat. Where's the chat? The link to the website so you can check them out. There you go. So that link is where you can go. Oh yeah, so it doesn't show up in Facebook. Oh, that's a shame. But you should be able to see it on the screen. So the options are at the bottom here, sort of on the ticker, and you can have a look on that page and let me know which one you want. And while you're doing that, I'll see if I can deal with this flicker thing. Yeah, it might be the light. Let me see if I can just move that away a little bit. Let me see if that helps it. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. Yeah. The light is notorious for flickering, and sometimes that could be spirit as well. And I know we've had a lot of option, a lot of high energy here in the setup of this place. So, to Dead Chrome, what kind of reading would you like, my friend? If you don't know and you just have a question you would like, let me know. If there's anyone else who wants a reading, also put your just ask for one in the chat and I will do it for you. Hello, Lorraine, and love and light to you, my friend. We're going to be doing readings tonight from the audience. So if you'd like a reading, let us know in the chat. I'm just waiting for Dead Chrome to get back to me. If he doesn't get back to me soon. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Terry. I'll look at that as well. Okay, I'm going to give Dead Chrome one more minute, and if I don't hear back from him, I will do your reading next. We also do, you'll see on the ticker at the bottom, there is a number of preset kind of readings that you want, but we are taking specific questions as well, so that's fine. Okay, I'm just going to have a bit of water. And if Dead Chrome's not back, I'll do you. Okay, Lorraine, I'll do you next. All right. So, Dead Chrome, when you come back, I'll put you in the queue because I haven't heard from you. So, Cherry Hex, let's do a reading. So, you want to know. Let me just put your. Been missing. Your cat's been missing for 2 weeks. Oh, bless. What's your cat's name? And I may need to shuffle for a while. I just have to see when Spirit tells me to stop. One just fell out. We have the Emperor. So let me just put the card cam on. So I'm wondering, is this with a male figure? But let's and the Emperor can be a father figure. So I don't know if there's another masculine that he's with or she's with. Jexy. Okay. Oh, that's a sweet name. Okay, so where's Jexy? What do you want to know? What can you tell us about where Jexy is? Is Jexy a male or female? Just out of curiosity. Almost. Close. Really? There we go. 4. Young male. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to make sure the Emperor wasn't really representing your cat, but that wouldn't make sense for a young male. Okay. So let's have a look. What does your spirit want to tell you about your cat? Okay. Just let's get caught on the velvet here. Okay. So it seems like there was some incident, perhaps where your cat had to be protective, or perhaps there was some kind of fight, something where it had to protect itself, and it ended up where the cat left you in the situation. Now, how did you put it? Where your cat is? Yeah, I feel like Spirit's maybe not answering that in those particular words. So it feels like it had to spontaneously act in some situation, like it had to run away, I think, to protect itself. I don't know if there was another cat that it was fighting, or maybe somebody else tried to. I don't know, but it feels like it's working to try and get back to you, because we have the 3 of Cups. So this is a cup of reunion. And it looks like it's at a distance from you right now, like it traveled a distance, and maybe it's struggling to find its way back. And we have the surrender, letting go. Okay. What are you trying to? What Spirit? What are you trying to say there with the surrender? Oh, okay. That's really interesting because yeah, but it's surrender to the fact it's at a distance. Okay, I just want to take a moment with the crystal ball because I feel like there's something more here I'm not seeing straight away. So just give me a moment. Okay. So I'm feeling like this was supposed to happen to you. Like there's a reason that this happened to you. Like the loss and the sudden shock of them not being there was something that was supposed to help you. Maybe there's something about letting go or some kind of maybe some attachment issues that you might have that maybe it was there's a reason why this happened. Um, like there's something you need to let go of, and it was almost like the your cat going was almost like a representation of that in the external. Now the swords can be about thoughts, words, attitudes, decisions. So it could be something mental. Um, I don't know if you are of a I mean, of course, we're attached to our animals, but maybe of a nervous disposition, take a lot of comfort in your cat, or maybe yeah, it's almost like you needed to be without them for a little bit so that you could heal something. Let me just see what else. There's something else. I don't know if any of this resonates. Let me know in the comments. Because I'm looking at these cards, I'm looking at the tarot, and I'm not feeling like it's a loss of them. Like, I mean, they're not in your life right now because they've gone missing. It feels like, particularly that we've got this reunion card here and the celebration. This is very positive. This is the outcome here. And then this is like sort of advice because this is a minor arcana. So this is kind of advice. So it's almost like the separation is needed for you to let go of something. And that something is maybe around like the shock of it. So I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know if it's maybe in something as deep as an abandonment issue, or if it's something to do with gaining strength on your own. I think I want to dig a little deeper, but let me just see if something comes through with the crystal ball just a second. Because I feel like maybe you need to resolve something in yourself and then your cat can come back to you. That's what it feels like. And it feels like it's being protected. Like maybe there is um, like a man who's looking after it or looking out for your cat. In the meantime, let's see. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to reveal about this? I feel like in some way it was protecting you, like this protective energy, like there was something. Yeah, Leo just meowed at that. So I think there was some reason why, like they're protecting you, like because cats can be about, they can be energy. They can deal with a lot of energy healing. They can protect by being with us and being away, almost like they can drag something away, keep something away from you. I'm feeling like, yeah, because it feels like, I don't think it was a cat. I don't think it was like a fight with another cat. Yeah, Leo agrees. I think there's a reason. This may be because we've got wands here. I think there's a spiritual reason for this. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to just draw another couple of cards. What do you need to do? What do you need to heal within yourself that's going to help bring your cat back to you? So let's put the crystal ball back. Leah's right underneath me right now. I think he's very interested in this reading. Could feel his tail. So what do you need to do that's going to allow your cat to come back? So I think that's what this working, like having to work at something, heal something, because this can be about healing pentacles and energy. So, oh, there we go. Okay, we've got a couple of cards here. It just fell out. Okay. So we have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Four of Wands, which is the breakthrough. So if I wonder if there's some kind of decision or something that you're in two minds about that is weighing on your mind. Because I feel like you need to, like, it could be juggling, maybe the way you're juggling your life or how you're spending your energy. Could be spending your energy, yeah. So there's something about maybe not being all in about something in your life. And perhaps this is causing a lot of mental, almost like your mind is focused on lots of different things at once. And maybe it's because of a decision, you're weighing different options, or maybe there's different things in your life that are pulling at you at once, and it feels like a struggle to juggle all of these things. But I'm getting the feeling it's almost like it needs to be some focus. And I feel like, and with this could be a breakthrough in how you're handling this. And because we had the surrender card and this is mentor, I'm wondering if this is to do with how you're spending your energy and how you're thinking about things, your attitudes towards things. Okay, I want to, I'm getting the sense I need to pull one more. Just one more. Okay, Spirit, what else do we need to know about this reading? In particular, what Cherry needs to do. It's interesting, this one. Ten of Pentacles. Maybe it's something to do with your family or a community that you're in. Okay, I'm getting boundaries. Is there something about either in your family or your community where, like, maybe your boundaries aren't strong enough and you're being pulled in different directions? And there's something about that and it needs to be strengthened. And we have a 10 here as well as another 10. So it's almost like there's something that maybe you've been working on, or you've needed to sort of like complete in terms of like your healing journey, your growth, this particular level of growth, maybe around boundaries, maybe around how you're giving your energy to the sort of your family or communities that you're in. Maybe you're taking on too much as well, and you have to work out what's actually worth your focus. Because I feel like there is something in that where you're going to have you need to have some kind of breakthrough or step up or realization that if you heal that within yourself, your cat should be able to come back to you. Oh, there's something there. I'd love to know, Cherry, if any of this is resonating with you. If anything from what I said is sticking out to you, because it can help to know if I'm on the right track. There's something, there was just something that was coming through there though. What was that? So your cat is trying to show you something with its absence. So I just got, I'm going to say it and see if any of this makes sense. Was your cat in some way providing you a level of comfort that allowed you to avoid looking at something? Almost like by pouring into your cat, it could allow you to feel better when you were in difficult situations, particularly if it's around boundaries, community or family dynamics, or juggling various things in your life at once, like maybe there's too much you're trying to take on. Because what I got was this feeling of, is your cat giving you some, almost like allowing you to put off looking at some things by, like, at the end of the day, giving you that love and that comfort, and then you just sort of like enjoy that, and then you don't allow yourself some time to look at the things that maybe you need to look at. I'm not sure if I'm putting myself in good words right now, but almost like by the cat removing itself, it allowed you to maybe have some things put in your face a little more. So I think right now in the surrender thing, it's almost like let go of the situation about where the cat is, because it's almost like that could be a distraction. And actually what you need to do is focus on this healing that needs to be done in you, so the cat can then come back and not be a distraction anymore, if that makes sense. So let's see. Yes and yes. My heart chakra was awakened by ejects. My boundaries are too rigid, letting no one in. And a big yes to trying to juggle many things and not addressing things. Okay, great. Your boundaries are too rigid. Okay. Interesting. So it's not a case of you don't have boundaries. It's a case of almost like there are hard edges to your boundaries. Okay. Right. Letting no one in. So maybe this is about letting no one in. So what's coming up for me when I hear that is sometimes when we're hyper independent, we try to do everything ourselves. It's almost like the universe says, okay, you think you can do everything by yourself. Let me show you. Let me show you what that takes. And then you get the opportunity when you realize, oh no, I can't actually do this all by myself, to actually soften and then let people help you and all of that. So maybe this is actually about you're juggling too much and letting the people around you in so they can help you, as well as also looking at things and saying, is this something I need to really be juggling, or can I put this down? So yeah, so I would say that this is this is an area that I would look at within yourself and focus on, and try to notice your patterns. Try to notice when you're not letting someone in. Try to notice, oh, you know what? I could have let that person help me. Why didn't I? And then if it was out of fear, was it out of fear and out of habit, or was there a good reason for it? And try to evaluate those situations, because it's hard to change a deep-rooted aspect of ourselves overnight. But just try to notice when you do that. Like if you notice where somebody offers you a hand to carry something, or something like that, and your automatic reaction is, no, I can handle it. You could handle it, but you can also let somebody help you. That's okay. And so see where you can learn to just soften a little bit, where life gives you those opportunities, because I think that and then we've got the masculine energy here as well, because the masculine can be about providing people providing for you, right? So yeah, thank you for that clarity, because I felt like there was something a little bit more to it. So I would look at that in yourself, in whatever way works for you. I don't know, everybody's healing journey is different. Everybody's way of self-reflecting is different, and growing is different. But have a look at that aspect of yourself, because I think your cat is trying to show you, literally by removing itself, another person out of your life, that actually it's hard to do things on your own. Your cat was there actually assisting you and helping you, and you weren't doing it on your own. I don't know who's around you in your inner circle, whether you live alone, whether you have a family, whether you have a big extended family, I'm not sure. But it's almost like a message from your cat saying, look, one, don't use me to avoid things. And two, you weren't alone. I was with you. And so it feels like if you look at this wound, then reunion is going to come. It feels like this was a tower moment, in the sense of this is something you had to look at, and maybe this strategy of having these rigid boundaries, not letting people in to help you, maybe that came from being let down in the past, being rejected, or being disappointed by people. And so there's some kind of heartache there, some kind of wound that has meant that you've had to put on this armor, and you've had to say, I can do this all myself. And so you need to let go of that. You need to surrender, to start softening that, so that you can find a healthy balance. So we have to do things for ourselves, but we are also in relation to others and other people, and you deserve to have other people care for you and support you. And sometimes we have moments in life where there just aren't people in our life, and that's okay, but your cat was there. And I feel that life is inviting you right now to look at where you could soften those edges. Look at where you could let people in a little more. And then hopefully your cat will find its way back to you. I hope that helps. I have to admit, when I got your request in the chat, that was not what I was expecting. But that's the cards for you. So you're welcome to take a screenshot of that if you want. Yeah. So and if I do another live stream, you're welcome to come on and let us know if your cats come back. That'd be really nice to know. All right. Oh, I'm glad that the reading resonated. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, so I don't know if you're back, Dead Chrome. Let us know in the chat if you are, but I think I will do Lorraine's request next. So are you still there, Lorraine? Just give her a moment. And if anybody else is watching that's just shown up, welcome. I'm doing readings from the audience, so if you'd like a reading, just do a request in the chat and I will get to you in a moment. Well, there is a tip jar which you can see the QR code in the left-hand screen, but I can also put it in the chat. Actually, I can put it on the overlay. One sec. For donations, and just so you know, for people who tip, I should check the tip jar first before I move on. But if you do tip tonight, then you'll get a priority reading ahead of the others. So you can go to this link. If you also go to my website, there's a donate button on there as well. So, but that's the link. But thank you so much. Oh, you're so welcome, Sherry. I'm so glad the reading helped. And thanks for talking to me in the chat, because it helps to get a sense if I'm on track. And yeah, and sometimes it's like just having a little information from you can just help me to just clarify what it is I'm picking up on. And so that really helped me just crystallize the message. So thank you so much for getting back to me. All right, Lorraine, excellent. I'm glad you're still here. So I'm going to just put your request up. So you want a message from the stars. So this is one of the preset options that I have on my website for email readings. This is one of the new things on the website now. So this was just a sort of like a specific question that I did for Cherry. So I'm just going to get the cards ready, Lorraine. I'll get to your reading. Just give these a little shuffle first before I put them back. All right. Some water. Okay, so you want a message from the stars. So that is the Starseed Oracle deck and the Moonology deck. All right, I'm just going to move these ones out of the way for a second. So, there we go. I've got 9 decks set up here, so there's a lot of juggling around. Actually, the reason why I'm a little late tonight was because I hadn't factored into the setup time how long it takes to smudge 9 decks. So yeah, so I know I need an extra half an hour now to set up. I think I was a little bit rushed at the end. Okay, all right, let's just take the chat to the bottom so I can see it. Yeah, okay. All right, so Lorraine, I'm gonna just tune in now and see what the Starseed Oracle deck wants to say to you today. So. Ooh, that one wants to jump out. Okay. Now, usually I do a body oracle way of shuffling, which means I see when my body tightens and relaxes, and that's when I stop shuffling and all of that. But Spirit has started to pick the cards for me a little more, so I'm paying more attention when they jump out. So, but I have asked them to try and put them on the desk so I don't have to keep don't fall on the floor or anything. But this one jumped out, so let's see what we've got here. Okay, so this one we have, let me just bring it to the, so we have Breath of the Cosmos, My Will to Thy Will, Micromanaging the Universe. Now, I'm not sure if I've pulled this one before. I'm just going to have a look at the card and see what just wants to intuitively come through to me. So I'm seeing this outline. And I don't know if it's intentional, but it kind of looks like a lioness. I've been seeing that a lot recently. Breath of the cosmos. I'm getting this feeling of almost like Spirit wants to remind you that when you feel pulled to something, that's like the universe calling you. So it's almost like your will and the universe's will are like intertwined in that moment. So when we listen to our intuition, we are like connecting to something much deeper. And it's almost like the universe wants to remind you of that connection. And then micromanaging the universe, I kind of almost feel like it's again reminding you of your manifestation magic, and that you can call into existence what you desire and what you wish to create. And there's this feeling of it's being reminded of how you're co-creating with spirit, co-creating with the universe. And when you're in alignment with yourself, that's when you and the universe are co-creating together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the other card, and then I'll maybe use the crystal ball to see if I can pick up any more intuitive messages, and then we can look at the book and see what that says. Because I feel like I want a bit of clarity on that one, but I want to see what comes up intuitively first, because I prefer to get as much intuitively as possible for your specific situation, Lorraine. So let's see. So Moonology decks, the spirit. What message do you have for Lorraine today? Seven? Yeah. 4 again. All right. Last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. So almost like, okay, wanting to invite play into your life and how you create and manifest. We are now in Leo season. We're not in the last quarter moon, but we are in Leo season. So I'm getting this feeling like this is like a perfect time to create and to deal with this feels more like, I was going to say relationships, but this feels much more about purpose and how you show up in the world. And maybe it's like, because this card usually shows up when we're being a bit too serious, or we are taking things too seriously, basically. It's almost like reminding us that come into life with a sense of play. When you manifest, like, get up, like, how do you want to play today? We get so used to, as adults, just like detaching from our sense of play, and getting so bogged down in the heaviness of the things that stress us, or the things that seem too much, and then when we're operating from that space, it's hard for us to create something lighter. So I'm getting the feeling that the universe is really asking you to get into your creative play, your creative flow. What I was going to say, what is it that you like to do, that you enjoy to do, that's creative? But I don't think it's just about, say, a project. I think it's about an attitude in your everyday life, like responding to life from a place of lightness, from a place of curiosity, rather than like fearing the worst, or like preparing for the worst even, or just assuming things are going to just keep going in a sort of drudgery way or something. I think it's also trying to remind you of how much power you have to create that lightness in your life. I'd love to hear if any of this is like resonating with you right now. I'm just gonna get the crystal ball, and I'm just gonna see if there's anything more intuitive that Spirit wants to say before I look at the books. I didn't quite hear that. Yeah, I think I just got more instinctive, more intuitive. Like it's almost like it's like inviting you to listen to your intuition more. Our instincts aren't just about survival mechanisms. Sometimes we can have a hunch about something, and it's actually leading us to something more inviting, more. I got the word more juicy in the sense of, more delightful. Um, yeah, it's almost like I'm wanting to smile right now. It's almost like the universe wants to smile and laugh with you. or, or it's like, yeah, maybe, yeah. So almost like inviting you into your sense of humor more about how things unfold in your life. So when something like weird happens or crazy or unexpected, rather than to go, "Oh my god," rather than go, "Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened," and laugh about it first to try and build that instinct. Um, yeah, there's the word instinct coming through again. So almost like shifting the instinctive response to something curious and fun, as opposed to, "Oh no, this means the end of the world." Or another thing I have to do, or, you know, I don't know if this is how this is feeling. Mm. Anything else? Yeah, I was wanting to say that I think you're more creative than you realize. I don't know if you're somebody who doubts your ability to be creative, um, or if you've got some kind of block in a creative project that's like leaving you feeling stuck a little bit, um, or something that requires creative skill. It may not necessarily be a project per se, or there's something that you need to do that is a little nerve wracking because it's something you maybe haven't done before, but it's like the next step in a process. Uh, yeah, but I think the universe wants you to know that you're more creative than you realize, and particularly in manifestation. And because our attitude is so important when we're manifesting, that can really maybe be why the spirit's suggesting the lighten up card for you right now. So you're more in an energy of attracting what you need and what you want than what you don't want. Let's see. You do that a lot, yeah? Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I was just getting this really fun energy, like really playful. It's almost like the universe wants to play with you a little bit. Do you want to go and do this? Do you want to go and do that? It's like, yeah. It's a really nice energy, actually. And it is a light energy. It's like not taking things too seriously. Let's try this, you know? Want to go and do this together? You know? So, yeah, I'm getting that feeling. Okay, I think I'm gonna like see if there's any. I'll read the message from the book, and we'll see if there's anything more there uh, for you. Okay, so that's Minology. Okay, let's do the Starseed one first. So, Breath of the Cosmos. There we go. That's you. Okay. Well, I'm glad that this reading is in alignment with you. Okay, so Breath of the Cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. When we rely on only our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting this great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a place of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, or spirit, or source, or the universe, whatever resonates with you, to move from my will to thy will. Okay. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little, you find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. And that is living through your intuition. Because when you do that, and you build that trust, that relationship, you get led to the most miraculous places that are totally in alignment with yourself and even in ways you weren't expecting. Um, when you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you will find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. And there's a starseed activation with this. So it says, I'm willing to stop relying on my own strength and personal agenda and instead surrender to the breath of life. Dear God, Source, Universe, Spirit, whatever works for you, help me move from my will to thy will. Please lead me. Please show me the way. So, yeah, that feels it where I was feeling like this sense of needing to rely on your intuition more. So now I can see the micromanaging universe is like in that particular description is talking about the whole when we get in our heads about how things should unfold in a certain way, and it's coming from an ego place. It's not coming from an intuitive feeling place, but it's coming from a I need to feel safe, so things have to work out this way. Then that can really block things from coming to us, and it can block our manifestation magic, because it narrows what you want to come in a very specific form. Whereas when you open up to the universe providing for you, it could come in many different forms, in different ways, in different expected and unexpected, known and unknown. So when you're able to work from a place of your intuition, which is your connection to spirit and your soul, then you're able to navigate in a different way. And then that becomes merged, it comes out of the ego. And so things can start unfolding and manifesting for you. You could still be the one who gives vision to what it is. It's like maybe you have a vision that you want you have a particular creative project you want to bring into the world, or you want to have a family, or you want to have this specific career, or you want to improve your health. What you can have visions about what it is that you want to manifest, but when you surrender how you get there, you open up much more opportunity for it to come to you, and you're not creating blocks that stop it from getting to you as well. So I think that card is really sort of reminding you of that. So let's have a look at the Moonology one. Last quarter moon, Leo. I know this one I have to look up the page number. It's a bit difficult to navigate. Last quarter, no, first quarter, last quarter, 140. Oh, there we go. It's right on it. Okay, so last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. What's happening for you right now can turn out well, but you need to find a balance between the light and the dark of the situation. Get in touch with some lighter and happier feelings to clear away any energetic debris that may have grown out of your fears. That said, this isn't about glossing over any dramas and pretending all is well if it isn't. A positive attitude towards life now will help clear away any upsets. Let's see. It has a few other things here. Let's see what's useful. So a manifesting mindset suggestion. Drawing this card suggests you need to line it up a little. Happy manifesting comes from a happy place. Make a list of your blessings. And the affirmation associated with this card is, when I forgive myself, I set myself free. So this can be about forgiving yourself as well. Yeah. There's some other things that there are some things in this book where it only helps really if you've got the deck with you. So I sort of like just go for the bits that make sense in this situation. But yeah, so that seems kind of on point to what I was saying as well. So it feels like a combination of allowing your intuition to guide you, letting spirit guide you, your soul guide you, your higher self guide you, perhaps even spirit guides guide you through your intuition, and coming out of the ego. And in the same way of coming out of the ego as well, coming out of the fear, learning to develop an attitude of curiosity, of playfulness, a lighter attitude that will support anything you do want to manifest and co-create with spirit. So there's two aspects of this here that this message has. I think that's all that wanted to come through. I hope that helped, Lorraine. Let me know in the comments. And if there's anybody else who'd like a reading right now, then let me know in the comments and I'll do one for you. I always find it interesting because the reason why I intuitively try to read the card, because obviously I'm going to channel through something different. Every channel is different. But, I'm trying to feel into what it is that specifically this is bringing up for me that would be useful for you. So I always find it interesting when the message that I get is something that resonates, but is actually a little bit different to what's in the book. It doesn't mean that one is better than the other. It's just it gives another angle. So as I'm learning decks, I like to just feel into it a little more. But oh, it did. Okay, I'm really glad. Hey, Nina. Oh, it's good to see you. Yeah, you would like a twin flame. Oh, okay. You're going for the big one. Okay. All right, so let me, I'll just put you on screen. I'm just going to sort these decks, and then I'll be right with you, my dear. And if there's anyone else in the chat, then who wants a reading, just pop a comment, and then I'll get to you after Nina. You know, I think I'm going to put the ticker. I'm just going to keep the ticker running, I think, so we can see that. There we go. That way, if people are trying to pick what they want, then they can see what the options are. There we go. All right, I'll just pop these away. Oh, wait, I didn't put that one away. There we go. So, twin flame. And then we need this one. All right. Just get some more water. All right, Nina. Let's do this. So I just feel like this deck has an interesting energy. It's a very it's like it has a very kind of earthy feel to it. Like I want to say low frequency, but not in a negative way. As in, like, you know, the earth has a very low frequency, like 7.83 hertz, whatever. It has a very low frequency to it. As I was smudging, it's like I had to go, oh, yeah, this deck feels a little different. Each deck has a different energy. This one's very interesting. It's almost like it's really deep. That's what it feels like. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to tune into the deck here. And Spirit, what kind of twin flame message do you have for Nina at this time? Sure. Yeah. Okay. 3. Okay, so we want 3 on this one. So masculine twin releasing lower self. Okay, so this is a very new deck for me, so I'm still learning it, but let me just look at the image a second. Okay, so what I am feeling from this is almost like, so this feels like the masculine energy here. It's almost like releasing blocks, old things that don't serve. So we've got the releasing of the lower self. So it's almost like low vibrational energies and habits releasing, lower chakra clearing. So it feels like your masculine twin is going through some releasing right now, and I have seen posts from people who do twin flame updates that there is a lot of masculines doing clearing right now, doing clearing work right now, letting go what doesn't serve, looking at old patterns and behaviors that aren't serving, letting go of karmic situations and stuff like that. And I'm feeling like all of this energy here, I'm just bring it up to the camera so you can see it a little better, is almost like breaking away from the masculine and falling aside. And that's what I'm feeling when I look at this card. So I would say that your masculine twin flame, and it could also even reflect your masculine energies as well going through a clearing, but it does feel like this is from your twin flame here that is actually going through some kind of okay, I got dark night of the soul there. But there's something going on, and maybe they're not even necessarily consciously aware of it. They may not necessarily be able to understand what's happening. They just may feel like they're in a bad mood, or all their stuff is coming up, and for them to look at. But yeah, so there's something going on. So with the lower self, if we're looking at the lower chakras, this could be stuff about fear, guilt, and shame is being released here. And it's like this is a necessary stage that they have to go through in order for if they're, because some twin flames do come into union, sometimes they don't, or they don't for a long time. It depends on the soul contract, right? And it depends on the situation. But your twin flames going through a clearing process, if it was to lead to union, then this is a necessary step. But it could even just be that this is going to help in terms of your relationship to one another energetically. So it could be that in him clearing, it's also a reflection of stuff that's clearing in you, and vice versa. So you could both be clearing similar things at the same time. But this is like, it feels almost like you're a step ahead of that. And this is like stuff that's been almost long overdue for this person to look at. Um, I want to take the crystal ball now. I feel like there's something more to be said there. So Spirit, what do you want to say about this twin flame activation and the message that this card holds? So I'm getting the word hope. I'm getting the word so I'm getting clearing. Something that's standing in the way. And whatever your future is with this person, it's almost like this particular process that they're going through, it's going to make the situation better. Better in terms of your energetic connection to one another, because a twin flame is two souls in one body. So even if you choose on a soul level not to come into union, or you do, what your twin is going through is going to affect you on some level. And depending on how close you are energetically, how close you are on a soul level, how close you are in terms of your chakras merging, depending on where you are on that journey, how close you are telepathically, what they do can have an impact on you and vice versa. And it could be completely subconscious. You don't necessarily know that, oh, my twin flame is going through something right now. But and them healing themselves, they're healing you, and you healing yourself, you're healing them. And so this is like not just a necessary step in the evolution of this connection, but it's a healing, it's going to be very healing for the two of you. And that might manifest in you getting closer in the physical, or it might just be that you get closer in the spiritual. It depends on what you've chosen. Every twin flame journey is different. And now, even though there are some familiar stages that some go through, it's a very personal thing. We'll see what the Lover's Tarot has to say in a minute. It might give some clarity on that. But it feels like it almost feels like I'm almost getting the sense from your higher self or your soul, almost like, thank God, at last. Almost like you've been waiting for this on some level so that they can clear something that's been a real block for you. Anything else? Or for the both of you, you know, it's not just, it works both ways. And no matter what the situation is in the sort of 3D physical world, it's going to bring you closer. But, you know, it is like a dark night of the soul. It can almost feel like a step back to take a step forward, you know. So it may be you notice for a while that maybe they're more distant, or maybe they don't communicate as much, or when you do see them, it doesn't feel as deep, or they leave earlier than they normally would, or something like that. So it could be that when they're going through this, that maybe in the physical level, there could seem like there's more distance, but it's because it's almost like they're needing their energy to deal with this release and this clearing that's going on right now. But that won't last forever. Anything else? I'm getting the word patience. I'm getting you have forever, because you're one soul, and souls are eternal. So it's like you have forever to work through these things. So it's just like being reminded that whatever this journey is, the ups and downs, you know, the good moments, the things that really throw you, things that are difficult to deal with, it's like you have forever to work this out. It doesn't mean it's going to take forever. That's not what I'm saying. But it's almost like it's like reminding you you're going to, you know, get there one way or another to whatever it is. Because ultimately, twin flame souls want to come together. It's just a matter of, is it this lifetime? Is it another lifetime? In what circumstances that is. There is that natural desire to want to come together. How you get there is a very different thing. But it's almost like the universe wants to remind you that, you know, you have time. And whatever your path is, you're going to get there. It's just, and so that's where the patience is coming in. It's just a matter of what it is you've chosen to do in this lifetime, how you've chosen to support one another in this lifetime, how you've chosen to mirror one another. What is it that you have to let go of? What is it that you have to heal that they're mirroring back to you, and vice versa? That depends on where you are in your journey, and what still needs healing. And of course, the best way to come into union is to work on yourself, actually, and to live your life, because they're mirroring what needs to be healed in you, and vice versa. And it doesn't mean you have to be like perfectly healed in order to be in physical union. It's just that there may be a prerequisite amount of healing that needs to be done before that's possible, plus circumstances, plus compatibility of your life and all of that. There's a lot involved, right? But working on yourself, because that whole runner chaser dynamic thing, that's just delays things. Anything else? And it's just a time to really look at, okay, why am I getting caught up in that dynamic? Okay, so I'm getting acceptance. It's like accept where you are right now in the process, both in terms of your life, but also in the dynamic that it is. You could run from it, you could avoid it, you could also come to a point of resignation, like, oh, this is never going to happen, or do I even want this to happen? But a lot of those things can come up as defense mechanisms because it's hurting to be away from our twin. So I would recommend, what can you do to just allow the situation to be what it is, to meet it exactly where it is right now and be okay with that, and to not get so caught up in what is my twin doing, what is going on, like that you forget to live your life. And also to take care of yourself. It's okay to have boundaries. If a twin disrespects you or hurts you, you're allowed to handle that as you would in any other relationship, right? Sometimes we can give our power away because we think, oh, but they're our twin, you know. Um, Anything else? No. Okay, so let's go to the Lover's Tarot path and let's get a little more clarity on your situation. So, let's see. So, Spirit, what more do you want to say about this twin flame connection with Nina and this twin flame message you have for it today? Almost. Yeah. And 3 again. Okay. All right. Princess of Staves. So this is like the Page of Wands in the traditional tarot. So, okay, so the first thing that came through is like, it's almost like your masculine is going through the initiation, the spiritual initiation of this process. I feel you're further down the line, but your masculine is going through this. This is part of their initiation process into the next phase of the next phase of this twin flame journey. I think it may also be about awakening more of their spiritual side as well. Like they're inspired. I think they're very inspired by you, actually. Your spiritual side, your spiritual nature. And I think that is helping them to wake up. And it's almost like I think that's been the case for a while. And I think that maybe planted seeds that's helping to lead to this particular process that they're going through right now. Almost like they had to be sort of introduced to some concepts and ideas, as well as like you're having the exchange of your spiritual energy. And I think that is like maybe giving them some kind of foundation that is helping them in this process now. It had to happen now, like there's something specific about this time, and even though it's been brewing for a long time, it's almost like those seeds had to start germinating at this specific point. There's something about the energy of now that's important, maybe supporting their process. So even though it's taken a while to get here, it's not because you weren't trying hard enough or you didn't do enough or there was something wrong. It was just like it just wasn't time. It just wasn't time. And also it's like the page of wands, or princess of staves in this, is about starting an adventure, starting a journey. So it feels like this is beginning the next phase of this journey together, whether that is on a spiritual level or an energetic level or in person. That's going to be down to your specific like soul agreement with one another. But you are entering a new phase together now, and it's starting on an energetic level and a spiritual level, which is where it always starts. And then that will unfold in the physical as it needs to, in the way it needs to. I feel like I want a message for you, though. I want a message for you in terms of what can you do right now? I'm going to pull another card. What can you do right now to handle the current situation? Because this is much focused on your masculine. So let's just pull one more card. What can Nina do right now to best navigate the current situation with her twin? Okay, Spirit picked that one. Let's see. Four of Cups. Okay. Let's just move these over. So Four of Cups is about contemplation. It's about discernment. It can be about so what I'm getting is discern where your boundary is in the situation right now, whilst also accepting how it is. So it's almost like in accepting the situation where you are, you then say, okay, this is where we are at. What do I need to do to like take care of myself in this situation? I think it's asking you to contemplate that a little. Don't rush into that answer. I'm feeling like I'm getting a conversation might be needed. But I wouldn't rush into that straight away. One, I think you need to let this play out a little bit, because once this is cleared more, and it could even be he initiates the conversation, so you are able to tell that he's actually past this particular phase of the clearing. But yeah, it may be that you need to decide what you are okay with and what you're not okay with. And if it feels like you need to communicate that, I think this is because the cups are emotional. and 4s are about stability. So it's almost like, what can you do to give yourself emotional stability in a situation? Because I suspect I know a little bit about this situation, but without trying to pull too much from that, it almost feels like the weight has been tough on you and the dynamic has been tough on you, and you're not sure how to handle it. You're not sure if you should release it and move on. You're not sure, even if it's just for a time. But regardless of what you do about, do you wait, do you move on, do you have a conversation, there is also going to be this connection. So there is a relationship one way or another. So you have to think about, okay, if I decide that this situation is untenable as it is, maybe if it changes in the future, we can look at it. But if it's untenable right now, and for me, I need a boundary around that. I need to actually consider my options elsewhere, at least for the time being, or I feel that this is not going to change, and so I need something else. Let's just say that as an example. You also have to factor in the fact that there's still a connection, there's still an energetic thing. So where do you want to have your boundaries around that if you are moving yourself out of that situation? If you're going to continue to work on this situation, there's a different dynamic, right? It's like, because then you can decide, do I wait? Do we have a conversation, see how this moves forward, and all of that? And so it's a different kind of, so I think, yeah, okay, so now what I'm getting is, I think what you need to do is spend some contemplative time working out what you need in this situation. Is this dynamic too much for you? And what you need is, you need someone in your life now. Is it something that you do want to pursue, and you're willing to wait, you're willing to have the conversations, or whatever the case may be? So I think it's almost like there's a decision here, and only you can answer this. Only you can say what is too much for you, what isn't, and depending on which way you want to go, what does it look like to take care of yourself in those sort of options? Because I think because the Four of Cups can be about dissatisfaction as well, and it can be about, it can also be about the fact that we're focused on these specific outcomes, and it can be another option that we're not considering. So it could be that spirit comes in and plays a card, so to speak, and changes the dynamic of things. It could be because of this timing issue, it's taken time to get to this point, that maybe there is something that is about to shift in the dynamic that would change the way you decide here. And this can be a card of waiting and holding back and assessing your options. It's not a card about rushing into a decision by any stretch. Yeah. Hello, Dion. Good evening to you. If you would like I'm just finishing up a reading here, but if you would like a reading, then let me know in the chat. You can see the different options running along the bottom, or you can go to the website that is, I believe, pinned in the chat, and it should come up on the ticker in a little bit. And you can have a look at the decks there. But welcome to have a reading if you like, but it's good to see you. So yeah, Nina, I feel like I'm drawing to a close. Yeah, okay. I was just about to ask you. You beat me. Yeah, I was just about to say how it sounds, but I'm glad that that resonated with you. Yeah, I can tell that this is a tough one for you, but I feel like, yeah, there's some need to. I almost feel like in the time that this is going on for your masculine, releasing these lower energies, lower energy vibrational behaviors, and all of that. It's almost like that time is your time to contemplate, and then it's almost like there is a possibility for I don't want to say a fresh slate because I think it's too involved for that, but almost like the opportunity to see things in a new light. I almost feel like there's something that might uh, shift, that adds something into the mix, but it's not happened yet, and it's almost like yeah, it's almost like when that happens, it might make it easy for you to actually figure this out. Maybe the reason why there's confusion is right now is you don't have the whole picture from which you can decide upon. But that doesn't mean that you don't take care of yourself in the meantime, you know? So, yeah. I hope that helps, Nina. Hey, Dion. Yes, you can have a finance reading, of course. So I'm just going to pop these cards back and get some water, and I'll get to your reading. I'll just put your request up so we have it on screen. Just give this a little shuffle. It would help to actually put the cards back. Oh, I'm glad the reading was good for you, Nita. And, you know, because it's one of those long-term things, you know, you're always welcome to get a check-in later on, you know, so you can see how things are. Because I think, yeah, it feels like there's something energetically that's going to shift there. And so it'd be interesting to sort of check in, get a pulse of things a little later, see how things are going. All right. Okay, so that over there, that there. Actually, we just need a tarot for this. Let's put this one back. Ooh. All right. All right. Okay. So I'm just gonna clear this a bit because we used it earlier. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's see. I'll just do a general financial reading, Dion, and then I might ask you for a little clarification later. But let's just see what Spirit has to say about your financial situation right now and in the near future. Okay. Is it 4? 4. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's really stuck there. There we go. All right. Wow. Wow, Dion. That's a pretty amazing reading right there. Okay, so it looks like in the past, or perhaps a sort of underlying situation, there has been some, not necessarily a big one, some kind of either frustration or struggle financially. Not necessarily a big one, but there hasn't. It's not been ideal. Let's put it like that. Your current situation here. So this is a card of, and this is you, by the way. You're showing up as a very generous person, actually, and it's almost like, and maybe also I'm also getting the feeling of like invested, but invested in good ways. Perhaps the way you invest your money in terms of the food you buy or the clothes you buy, not just necessarily investments like stocks or whatever, things like that. It's almost like the way you put your money into the world tends to be for the good. Um, and the situation right now is requiring some patience. Like you've maybe invested in some things, or you're hoping that certain things are going to work out for you, like maybe a position in a job or a business idea or a creative project or something. So it's almost like you're putting out these feelers, and maybe you're not sure if you have to go in a different direction, or maybe you have pivoted a bit and done something different recently or about to. But the sort of atmosphere between you and the situation is the world, and the world is like an incredibly powerful card. It's almost like you're leveling up uh, in your financial situation. And even though you haven't necessarily seen the results yet, it's coming because you've got the sun. And the sun is like the most positive card. It can also represent things like gold. So I don't know if you're invested in metals, but it's still a very positive outcome. And to the either side of it, to just get some clarity on the outcome, we got temperance, which is all about divine timing. So it's like this, whatever it is that you're investing in or you're hoping will play out in your finances, there is divine timing involved. So it's like it has to come to fruition at a specific point in your life. And it is going to be, yes, so we've got the Ace of Wands here, which is also a spiritual new beginning. So I feel like almost like the whatever is about to come into your life, your abundance, is actually going to be not just for your spiritual good, but for others. Because again, we've got this generosity cut here. So I think that it's playing out in a very specific time, because there's something that you need to do with those and the sort of abundance that's coming your way, that it's not only going to help your life and your like family, but it's going to help other people as well. So I don't know if you're necessarily going to create a business and that's going to help other people, or some kind of project that's going to involve other people, or the fruits of that work are going to maybe inspire other people. But however it is that you create your abundance, it's going to do spiritual good. And and because of that, the universe is making sure that this unfolds in a specific way to get almost like the most out of that situation. Um, okay, yeah, okay. So you've been patiently waiting for this payment from your last job. It's been 2 years. Wow, that's a long time to wait. But it's coming. It's coming, and what you put it into is going to be successful. I mean, you can't ask for a better outcome than Sun, particularly in a financial reading. So, but I think it's almost like it's had to happen a specific time to make sure you use it right. So I don't know if that means that you had to learn certain things and grow in certain ways, and maybe there's other dynamics involved that aren't necessarily with you. Like maybe the people you're going to be involved with have to be ready, you know. And maybe the idea that you're going to put it into, like your business, is maybe that needed to mature, so you had to have time to have more insights on that. But whatever the reason is, because this could be about inspiration, so it could be that maybe there is either something that you've had to like, the ideas had to develop and you've had to get more inspiration on the idea in these 2 years before it happens. But yeah, there's a definite reason why this has taken the time that it has. But when it does come through, it almost feels like that money is going to multiply. Like, what you're going to do with it is just going to grow. And it feels like it's going to shine a light in this world. Like, you're going to do something that is going to really benefit this world. And it's almost like spirit wants to make sure that this is done right. But it's going to take you to a whole new level. Yeah, you've been learning a lot while waiting. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like, yes, because the other way you could look at this is it's like there's divine timing on when this starts. So this has to like be put into a place at a certain time. And it's almost like there is a point where it's the most fruitful for all those involved. So um, I wonder if we could get some sense on timing for you, though. It's a bit hard timing with spirit, but let's see if we can get some kind of clarity on. Okay, I could actually use the dice. Actually, I don't very rarely use the dice, but I just got reminded to use the dice. Okay, let's see. When might we see a shift in this situation? What month might we see a shift in this situation? 2. Okay, so that could be in a couple of months, or we could be looking at February. So sometime between, so what are we in now? We're July, so that would be September, sometime between September and February. Let's see if the cards can narrow that down for us. Ooh, the Hermit 9, which would be September. So yeah, which is also ruled by Virgo, which makes sense. So you could be seeing something shifting in September on that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't think, because when I said February, that felt like it was too long. So yeah, I think September you could be seeing either the money is released, or a positive step that leads to that money being released is going to happen in September. Yeah, and then it's almost like the need to hold it back goes, and then however long it needs to unfold starts happening. That's what I would say. Oh, you're a Virgo. I'm not Virgo, but I have a lot of stuff in Virgo. I am very Virgo as well. So yeah. Hello, Mark. A happy day to you as well. If you want a reading, let us know in the chat, and we can get to you next. Yeah. So and again, because we got the Hermit, it's almost like, because the Hermit is about like retreating in your cave almost to gain wisdom, so that when you come back out into the world, you can shine your light. Which really ties into this reading. So yeah, that one seems pretty clear cut to me. So I wish you're a September Virgo. Oh, maybe you got to get a happy birthday present. Yeah, maybe the universe has got a special birthday surprise for you. You know, you never know. Yeah. Well, I wish you luck with this, and I'd love to know. I mean, you don't have to say here, because I know that you know, you want to get your business off the ground. But if you come back at a later live stream, or just touch base on social media or something, I'd love to know how it goes, and all of that, what you're up to. So, because it looks like you're going to shine a lot of light in the world, and that's a good thing. So, I look forward to that. All right. Cool. I'm so glad, Dion. I'm really glad. All right. Is there anybody else who would like a reading right now? We go for a couple of hours, but I can do more. Yeah, do come back and share. I'd love to hear. I don't do a lot of. I'm not gonna. I'll be honest. I'm not doing a lot of live streams this time. I'm kind of doing it for special occasions. Just had a big relaunch this week, and so this is like the kind of after party, kind of thing. But every now and then, I'm going to do a live stream. But you can find. Oh, you're welcome. But if you ever want to know what's going on with me, I'll just put the where is it captions. You can find. So this is my website, and that's where you can get readings and stuff like that. But my Substack is basically where I'm doing regular premium content and all of that. So and I will be doing shortly sort of like kind of quicker free readings and stuff on Instagram soon, so you can find me there. So you're welcome to hit me up, in any of those places. Or the other place you could go, and I should mention, I haven't mentioned this so far, is I have a Facebook group, and that's like my inner circle. So the people who really want to know everything that's going on with me and everything I do, you go on the Facebook group, you'll get notified of everything. So that's the place to go if you want to keep. And of course, you can send us there and let us know how things are going. That's a great place if anybody wants to like do a follow up and say, hey, I had a reading from you and this happened. I love to hear that stuff. Because I like to know that things are progressing for you guys and that the reading helped you and all that. So very welcome to drop a comment in there and we'll do a post or whatever. So yeah, it'd be good to hear from you. All right. So, oh, you're welcome, Dion. Yeah, you're welcome. You're so welcome. And thank you for what you're doing because it's obviously good. um, yeah. So if I don't hear from anybody in a minute, I'm trying to decide if I want to do just like a general reading for everybody before I close, or if I'm just gonna. You would like a general reading, Lorraine? Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Let me just get some water. All right. So. All right. So. Put your thing up. All right, Lorraine. Let's see what else Spirit has to say for you. Okay. I'm just gonna the deck a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Right, we're at. All right. So, what message? What additional message do you have for Lorraine's Spirit? What we're gonna do, Katrina and I. So we can look now and in the near future. Three. Okay, three. Oh, I'm feeling a bit of energy coming in here. Hmm. Hmm. I'm getting relationship vibe from this. A masculine in your life that you're maybe currently just reconnected with. Someone from your past that maybe has come back recently. And so the current situation, we have the lovers. It can be about other kind of partnerships and agreements and stuff, but this feels like maybe it could be romantic. But I feel like in the near future, I'm going to pull some more cards because I feel like this needs a bit more clarity. It feels like there could be some distance that happens between you in the near future, and like something shifts, like the wind shifts, and this is really hard. But it could be harder on the other person. Maybe it's something to do with you. Maybe you shift in how you feel about the situation, because I normally take the feminine on the left and the masculine on the right. Okay, Danielle, I'll get to you next. Yeah. So if you hang around, I'll read you next. I'll be interested, Lorraine, if this is resonating about somebody who's maybe come back into your life recently, because now it appears like it's because this is like the victory card. This is like success. So something, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it does seem like it's a masculine. Or someone's heavily in their masculine energy, at least. And it feels like at some point, it's almost like there's going to be some distance between you. I don't know if it's because we'll look into this a bit more, whether like someone's traveling and therefore that's going to create a distance. Like maybe you're not going to be in the same location for a bit. Oh, you're welcome, Danielle. But whatever causes this is going to be hard. Yeah, it's almost like, okay, I'm going to pull a couple more. I just want to get a little more clarity on this. So what is this distance and this situation that's hard? What can you tell us more about that, Spirit? Interesting. So, oh, sorry, it's off screen. Let me just take this out of the way. I'm getting maybe a reduction in communication. Maybe there's going to be like a ghosting situation here, or a running situation here. I think it's more ghosting. But what's interesting is we have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like, sort of like ultimate fulfillment in relationships. So maybe there's some communication issues here, and that's what's causing some distance. But I want to take the crystal ball. I feel like I want a bit more information here, because that's an interesting combination to get. Maybe it's about the need to pull back. maybe there is a need to pull back, actually. And even though it might be hard on this person, maybe that's actually going to cause them to communicate better. Let me just see. Let me just have a look. What else do we need to know about this situation? And it doesn't necessarily mean romantic, but I'm getting the romantic vibe, particularly with the lovers there. But also with this card, it's like there's a heavy burden. And this can be about almost like a spiritual task. Maybe there's a need to actually assert some boundaries here. Like if you're not getting the communication you want, to actually, there is some consequence to that. But I want to make sure that this isn't. Why is there. Okay. So I want to ask now. Why is the. Hi, Bill. Nice to meet you. Oh, and Ambika. Oh, we're getting a few people on now. That's nice. Yeah, okay. So you're in the queue now, and I'll get to you shortly. Got a few ahead of you, but I'll get you. You guys came on I was just like thinking, am I going to wrap up? So you guys came on just in time. Okay. So there's something more here about this. Oh, maybe there was a mistruth here. Maybe, or no, a holding back, like being afraid to say the truth, like not saying the whole truth in the situation. Maybe, okay, now what I'm feeling is maybe you feel like you can't say the whole truth because they will take it so hard. And I don't know if that's because they've been through something really difficult and they're just a bit vulnerable to communication on that sort of level, or if they don't want to face what it is that they can't handle what it is that you would want to say. It's almost like you have to sort of like maybe keep quiet to keep the peace, is what I'm feeling, or hold back to keep the peace. That makes sense now. I don't know if that resonates. So it feels like some kind of relationship you're in, possibly romantic, particularly with a masculine. Could even be a father. It could be a father. It could be your father or a father. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but it definitely is somebody maybe who was in your past and came back, or has been in your. Yeah, because there's distance again. So it's like you separated, came back, and now there's distance again. And so, yeah, okay. You separated with the person you thought was the love of your life and you never communicated. Okay. Yeah. 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 That makes a lot of sense, actually. Looking at this now. So what I'm thinking in that case, then, the way we could read this could be somebody that you've actually had past lives with, which is why the connection was strong and the love of your life, because you've been together before. So it may not be somebody that you separated, came back, separated, came back. It could be somebody who came into your life, and you recognize them on a soul level because you've been together before in other lifetimes. With the Lovers card here, that can definitely back that up. And so, yeah, there was a successful connection here, but the communication issue has like sort of been the problem here and caused distance and caused problem is like held back this sort of happy future that you wanted together. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. I don't think I need a crystal ball now. I'm just going to put that back. Okay. So I'm feeling into this now. Is this a situation that you're hoping will reconcile? Or do you feel like the communication issues is too much of a barrier? I'm just curious, because what I can do is I could see. You think he was your soul file? Wow. Okay. It is possible with the lovers that you could be twin flames or soulmates, you know? And the thing is, if it's a twin flame situation, twin flames will mirror each other's shadow. And that's for healing purposes. So anything you're not looking at, anything you're avoiding, your twin flame is going to trigger that in you. And if there's communication issues on either side, that's gonna be blown up. It gives you an opportunity to look for it. Also, with twin flames, you can get phases where you go through runner chaser dynamics. You can go through ghosting. You can go through times of separation, and then you come back together. Because this is also like a twin flame reunion card. So I'm really wondering if that's your situation, because soulmates can be quite often an easier connection. And now people have different definitions for these terms. I'm going to use my definitions, but if you have a different word for this particular context, and just switch it in. But soulmates can quite often be like people we're familiar with, and we can fall in easy into relationships with that. It doesn't mean that there aren't issues that, or there are things in our line that don't align or whatever. That can still happen, but they tend to be easier relationships than twin flames. Twin flames is literally you're with your other half of yourself, and you're showing almost each other the shadow side of yourself that you still need to heal. And this can cause times of separation and together again, separation and together again. So that's a possibility here. How is he doing now? Okay, we can ask that. Okay. Yeah. Because this would make sense here as well. Like the communication is the thing you're mirroring to one another is causing this spiritual hardship that's causing the block of the reunion and all of that. So I wouldn't be surprised. But let's just see how he's doing now. Okay. Let's see how he's doing now. Now, one way to look at this is he's looking at you from afar. That's another way. So he could be looking at your social media, checking in on you. That is one way you can interpret that card, particularly with the Page of Swords next to it. Yeah, almost like a spying on you from a distance. That's a possibility. Just to check in on you, to see how you're doing, because it's easier to do that than to actually have a conversation. But let's see what else is going on. How's he doing right now? How's Lorraine's? The love of her life doing right now? Cool. I don't know why I felt the need to shuffle. Apparently I had to shuffle to do that. Normally wouldn't have. I just realized. Okay, how's he doing now? Okay, I'll just bring these cards up in a minute. Okay. So we have the Death card and we have Page of Pentacles. So he's going through some kind of transformation right now. But it's like, so I'm getting rebirth immediately. I'm also feeling a little bit like in Nina's reading, where it was about releasing the lower energies, releasing like like examining bad behaviors. I'm feeling like maybe he's also going through something similar, actually. The Page of Pentacles. So this is like, this is like a new beginning. So like this is leading to a turning of the leaf, a fresh page. It's almost like, what is that? Yeah, okay, so this card can be like a scholarly card as well. It's almost like he's learning about himself. He's seeing himself in a new light. Maybe what he's done that wasn't helpful, like his side of the things. And I feel like this is planting a seed in him. It's like it's cultivating new ground so he can grow. This is about, yeah, he's growing from this situation. But it's the beginning of the process. Again, we're at the beginning of the process, but this is very much in the physical. So it's almost like Nina's reading, the page was spiritual, like a spiritual beginning, but yours is in the physical. So maybe it's like the turning, I keep getting turning a new leaf. It's like, I think he wants to try again, but I'm not sure if he's quite ready yet with the page. Let's just, it's almost like he's taken a step towards that. But I want to pull more. I want to pull more. I feel like this transformation, this dark night of the soul, whatever it is, the soul searching that he's doing is very fruitful. I think it's very fruitful. Like he's realized something about himself that okay, Spirit picked a card, just threw it right on the table there, that he didn't realize before. Yeah, okay. He's been in this process. There has been a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights. I think he's worried that you might move on with someone else, and he's. I want to take the pendulum on that. Is that what that is? Is that what that stress is? So Lorraine's partner. Is that stress card talking about? He's worried that she's moving on, or she will move on in this time of separation. Let's see. I think there's something more to it, but that is part of it. Yeah, it's definitely part of it. Okay, so is this stress? And it's unnecessary stress as well. Like you're stressing in a way that's maybe not about the reality, but anyway, it's some of the stress because of all the stuff that's coming up in this sort of transformative time, this sort of dark night of the soul time, this period of death and rebirth. So like just bringing up stuff that he has to clear. Yeah, that's much more it. I feel like the concern about you moving on may have been something that was a concern of his whilst you were actually still going through this situation. And it just may be just part of his concern. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card. What is the outcome of this soul searching? What more can you tell us about this outcome of this transformation, this death and rebirth is going on, in terms of how it relates to Lorraine? What can you tell us about that? That's too many. That's too. Okay, Spirit got too chatty for me though. Let's try that again. Okay, so what can you tell us about the outcome of this soul-searching time as it relates to Lorraine? Okay. Okay, so we get the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, much better communicator, and also with boundaries as well. So maybe there was issues around boundaries that needed to be resolved with him and you. But the Queen of Swords is a teacher as well. Like, I think it's almost like with that coming over the scholar, it's almost like because you had these communication issues, it was hard for you to really learn about one another because you only went so deep in terms of how you expressed yourself. Maybe on an energetic level, you got each other, but there's still the level of connecting on a mental level, an emotional level, and a physical level. So it's almost like this process not only is going to help the communication, but the ability to understand one another as well. Is there anything else Spirit wants to say about this? I don't know why, but I just got July, and we're very close to the end of July. Maybe there's something like literally on the horizon that's going to shift in this situation. Hey, Swati. Yeah, we can do that. I've got a few before you, but we can get to you, I'm sure. It's getting a bit late, but hopefully we'll get to you. Yeah. I feel like that is where I want to end it. I'd really like to know, Lorraine, how any of this resonates with you. Obviously, you may not necessarily know what's going on with him right now. But the way I'm feeling like is it feels like this is really fruitful work, and it feels like it could help the situation. I think there's hope here. Even though it's been a struggle, there is distance between you right now. Because we have the reunion, because even though that's like the current situation, and if something is about to shift, that would explain why it's here in the current situation, not like too far in the future. But sometimes this can be about how things happened, how things progress. This is like the story. So, but it definitely, because we're looking at how he's doing now, this is difficult for sure. This is difficult, but it's necessary work. It's almost like he needs to clear out. It's almost like he has to feel the fear in order to be dare to speak about it, rather than avoid it. So even though he may be doing something difficult now, I think the page it looks like a very good outcome is going to happen, and the Queen of Swords she can be a bit direct and a bit blunt, but that's at least preferable to no communication or poor communication. But no, she tends to be a master of communication, and she's not afraid to say what she wants. And it's I get the feeling that could reflect both of you, almost like in him learning to communicate, you can meet him and maybe even learn in the situation, because suddenly it's like the dynamic is different. Yeah. His birthday's in July. Oh my gosh, really? Um, Hello, Rocky. Yeah, there might be. We've got quite a few people in the queue now, and I've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes, so I'm not sure. But if you hang around, I'll try and get to you. I'm probably going to have to do quicker readings now, but yeah, I feel like that's where I want to bring it to a close, Lorraine. I hope that helps in some way. And maybe something about his birthday is going to be significant, or someday in July. Maybe you will even hear from him around then. Maybe this Queen of Swords is going to be a communication, a form of communication. I definitely do feel that he is maybe looking at you from afar, actually, because as soon as I said that, that felt right. Almost like he wants to make sure you haven't moved on and are doing okay, even though it's hard to be away from you. So, yeah, I really hope it works out for you, because you obviously have a strong connection with this person. And you're welcome to come back and get a check-in later if you ever want to. So, all right. So I hope that helps, Lorraine. All right, so let's go back in the queue and see who is next. Danielle Mustafic. Okay, let me see how many more people we got in the queue. We've got Danielle, we've got Ambika, we've got Buell, and then Swati. So that's 4 more in front of you. So it'll take a little while. Oh, thank you so much, Lorraine. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Okay. So let me just see. Yes, you are here. Great, Danielle. So let's have a look at your request. So, old love or new one? What to do with Charles and ex-women? Or to focus on my life and get ahead? New girl. Okay. When you say what to do with Charles and ex-women, you mean to do with children you have with your ex? Is that what you mean? I just want to make sure I'm clear on that. Okay, so you want to know if you should just focus on your life and get ahead, or whether you should welcome in a new woman. Okay, all right. Let's have a look. We'll stick with the tarot for this one. But you know what? Since it's a love one, let's use the love tarot. Okay. All right. So these cards are much bigger, so they might have to get overlapped in order to fit in the screen, but let's see. All right, so Danielle, let's see on your situation. What does Spirit has to say about this request? There's a few different things there. Let's just see what Spirit wants to focus on. I'm just going to look at your comment whilst I do this. See what part of that Spirit wishes to speak to. So what do we need to know about this situation? What should you focus on? Okay, that card wanted to jump out. Well, we just got fertility jumped out, so might suggest something to do with the kids, right? But I feel like I want to fold it back in. But let's see what the full reading wants to say. If it really wants to come out again, it will. Oh, okay, another one just jumped out there. Maybe Spirit wants to do this another way. Ace of Cups. Oh my God. I think the universe wants you to focus on love. You just got fertility and the Ace of Cups, which again can be about fertility. So I'm definitely feeling like, okay, I'm gonna I'm going to put this out. I folded the other one back in, but let's see. Spirit wants to pull the cards for me. Okay. 2 of staves. So there's a little. I want to pull one more. Okay. 3 of arrows. Okay. So the 2 of staves and the 3 of arrows could pertain to your situation of separation, to do with your ex, and also the heartbreak around that. But the Ace of Cups is about something new. So balancing the past with something new. So if you have kids with your ex, then obviously they're still a part of your life. Okay, I need some clarity, Spirit. What should you focus on? It's clear that you're divided, you're uncertain. You're trying to pick the path. What is the path you should focus on right now? What should you do right now? Pick a card for me. Okay, I'm just being told you already have the answer. So the first 2 cards that come out, they're usually the ones that you would give more clout, as we say. So I'm feeling like what this is trying to tell you is focus on new love and your kids. This may mean that you have to deal with your ex on some situations. It may even mean that you have to then heal some heartbreak from that separation, that past love. And it may be about putting distance between you and your ex so that you can focus on something new. But okay, so now I'm getting it's like you need to have distance, like distance yourself from your ex in your heart. You know, there may still be connection because of dealing with kids and all of that. So I'm getting moving on from that situation. I'm feeling like, because we got the fertility card first, which I didn't keep out, it may even be that you are going to meet someone else that you end up having more kids with. But that's further down the line. But I'm going to take the crystal ball because Spirit didn't want to give me more cards, but it could give me more insight on these cards. Is there anything more, Spirit, you want to say about these cards? Trust what? Okay, so Spirit is asking you to trust the circumstances that you find yourself in now. There's a reason why you've gone through this and you're going through this now. I'm hearing you're making space for something new. A new chapter. Okay, so Spirit is saying for now, I don't know if there is someone else in your life. But if there's not, for now, you need to focus on yourself with this healing that needs to happen. And if you are someone, this healing needs to be a focus for you in order for it to rest. But by doing that inner work on yourself, you're naturally going to attract what is next for you. And that's going to develop further. It's like it wants you to trust that it's going to unfold the way it needs to for you. I think you've been weighing a lot of different options and not being sure, like confused about what you should do. Obviously, from your question, you're not sure what to focus on. But it's almost like there's a need to trust the process right now. And when you don't know what to do, focus on healing your heart. Because that's always going to bring you forward. Maybe that requires some boundaries with your ex in order to do that. I don't know what your situation is with them or your custody situation. But it definitely, I mean, as soon as that, both the fertility card and the Ace of Cups card came out with such gusto. It was like Spirit saying, no, there's a new love. There is a new love. And it may not be far away. Yeah, I think, well, not necessarily forget. We learn things from difficult situations, right? But to not sort of like hold on to it, to not like dwell in it, to dwell in, in the sense of like, how do I put this? Sometimes you can get lost in the heartache that you close doors. It's almost like you're being asked to work on your healing, but keeping the door open at the same time, which is a difficult thing to do. Because there is something coming in. It's definitely something coming in, a new love. So it's almost like you need to be open to that. But while that is not appearing in your life, it's just more time that you can spend on healing, on reflecting, on determining what it is you're looking for in your next partnership. What do you want? What have you learned from this last thing that tells you what you don't want? What can you do to be kind to yourself? Maybe assessing your boundaries, what you would tolerate, what you wouldn't tolerate now. Because when you think about these things, it helps in the manifestation. It tells the universe, this is what I'm willing to accept, what I'm willing to accept. This is what I'm looking for, this is not what I'm looking for. So it feels like you're manifesting and healing at the same time, which is a big combo. Because I feel that there's somebody not that far away around the corner, actually. And it may be difficult because then you've got to navigate letting someone new in when maybe you haven't fully had the time to heal. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes the meeting of someone helps you heal, even if you don't quite go into a relationship straight away. So yeah, there's a delicate balance to be had there, and so you have to really be kind to yourself. And if someone does show up, then to examine, what am I really ready for in this particular moment, and be willing to communicate that if the situation gets to a point where you have a conversation, it becomes clear there's something mutual going on. Because you don't jump in straight away, you can take it slow. Because if it is a good match, it'll last the test of time. And you don't have been through it. It could be there to take it slow as well, right? But you never go wrong healing your own heart when you're waiting for things to make sense. But it's just, I think what I'm getting is don't do it in such a way that you say, okay, I'm closed off right now because I feel that you might miss an opportunity. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah, it is a big combo. Yeah. And and the fact that you're hopeful for a new love shows that you are keeping the door open, and yeah, it's obviously very emotional. And so you need time to clear that, and that's probably why it hasn't shown up yet. Um, but when it does show, it means you can start healing in relation to that other person, however long that takes. But right now, it's just been necessary for you to focus on yourself and do it on your own. Um, uh, is your ex alone because my girl she has it? I don't quite understand what you mean by because my girl she has it. I can have a look at your. Hmm. Let me ask permission of the higher self if I can ask that question, because I feel like it requires permission. Um, so let me just ask. So Danielle's ex, I'd like to just connect with the higher self at this time and ask, do we have permission to ask questions about the current situation, particularly if you're alone? Is it okay for us to ask this? Okay. Is it okay to just ask that question? Yeah. Okay, so I feel like it's okay to ask that question, but I don't think we should ask anything more. Um, okay, I'm going to continue with the pendulum then. Okay. Uh, uh, okay. Well, I'll ask the question about your ex then. And then I think we'll close it up because we have a few more people that are waiting right now. Okay. So, since we've been given permission, I will ask, is Danielle's ex alone right now? Okay. So we're getting yes, but. And what I'm getting is she is alone right now, but there is somebody who has his eye on her. It doesn't mean anything's going to happen, but someone who's curious. And that's all I'm going to say. She is alone right now, according to the pendulum. Uh, and that's all it wants to say. Yeah. All right. I feel like that's where we should on that one. Um, good luck with the heart healing. I know it's not easy getting over somebody. Trust me. And we've all been there one time or another. And good luck with that new love that seems to be around the corner, because Spirit was very adamant you knew that. So, yeah. And always welcome again at another point if you want to assess the situation a little further down the line. So, all right, take care. Hope the reading was okay. All right, let me see who was next in the queue. So we had... Okay, the next one was Ambika Ariel. I think that's... I hope that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. Are you still here, Ambika? Oh, you're welcome, Dania. Are you still here, Ambika? I'll give you a moment. Okay, all right, so let me just find your question again. The chat has carried on quite a bit now. Okay, so this is, when will you get your job? Okay, all right. Okay, let's bring the chat back down here. Okay, so let's go back to Standard Tarot. And I've been going 3 hours and actually feel pretty good. I think I've been given grace to do quite a few readings tonight. All right. So when we get your job? Okay. So all right, Spirit. When will Ambika get a job? And what can you tell us about that? Oh. So we got the Tower. Let's see what else. See if anything else pops out. Otherwise, I'll do a proper reading. I just want to keep any cards that spill out just in case. I don't want to do what I did in the last one and put it back in. All right. That one wanted to come out. All right, that's an interesting mix. All right, let's see. Okay, what I'm getting from that is something's like out of the blue is going to happen very unexpectedly. The Tower is it can be like about shocking change, but when you have it with this, it's actually good. It's like that's like the wish fulfillment card. It's almost like something unexpected, but actually in a good way. But let's just do another reading because we want to know when will you get a job. But it could happen very suddenly. You're not expecting it. When? Okay. So there's definitely something to celebrate, and it's going to happen very quickly. Very quickly. Okay. We got 8 as well. 8 and 9. So maybe August. But let's see if we can get some confirmation. August, September. Maybe you get news in August and you start in September. Let's see. Can you give us more confirmation on when this is going to happen? Yeah. Okay, we got another 8 there. So could be that's pointing towards August again. Don't have to worry too much about the card. We're looking for things that point to timings. Can we just get some more confirmation on... Okay, I feel like let me just use the dice as well. When can we expect that Ambika will get her job? Well, 3. That's not making sense to me. So let's just carry on with the cards. Okay, we got the 4 of Swords now. I'm going to use my crystal ball because I feel like I'm missing something here. Trying to understand the story here. Have you lost your job? Or did you lose your job? Because I'm wondering if that's what the tower is about. Oh, hey, Dikram. You're done with work. That's great. Got quite a few people in the queue, but we'll see how it goes if you're still wanting that reading. So Ambika, yes, you're waiting. Yes, you lost your job. Okay. So that makes sense for the tower. Okay. So something unexpected happened. Yeah, if you could squeeze you in. Okay. All right. I'll see if I'm squeezing you. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say I'm not going to take any more readings now from the queue. So if anybody replies after Dead Crime, I'm just going to say it's not going to happen tonight. No, you're searching a job, just completing. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Well, these two, you're completing your education. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So you're coming into the workforce, basically. Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah, so I feel like the tower might be about the shift you're about to go through. Because you're about to go from being in your education into the workforce, and that's transition. Because this card can be about revelation, so it can be a bit eye-opening. It can be you start to learn how things actually are out there, and something is. It's like when the rug gets pulled out from under you, and you kind of have to be in new territory. You're doing something different, something shifted, and so you have to. It can also be about your fear, about breaking down the fear about moving into a new situation. But anyway, you're moving from that into wish fulfillment and celebration and speedy, quick news. This all suggests to me that you're going to find something very quickly, and it's going to be something fulfilling, something that you're going to want to celebrate, something that actually brings you joy. Then we have these two cards, and I feel like I want to bring these on onto another level. And I'm going to pull one more card in a minute. So, sudden shift. something fulfilling coming your way really quickly as well. Now we have 2 8s. So this could be pointing towards August. But then we have, so this is like a period of rest. So maybe there's going to be like 4 weeks. The source could be quite quick. Maybe you're going to have 4 weeks where you get to rest before shifts. And that actually makes sense with August, because it could be maybe something at the end of August. So yeah, so maybe it's going to be that for a little while it feels like you're not getting any takers. And then so you're going to get 4 weeks, and maybe this time, this little bit of time that you're going to get is so that you can recover, because doing an education does take a lot of work. So maybe the universe is just giving you a little break before you get started here. And so you may not hear something back. Maybe you put your CV out there and apply for jobs, and maybe you're not getting something back straight away. Or it takes them a little while to get back to you because it's summer. You know, people can be away. So it may just be it takes a while for that to happen. But I'm just going to pull one more card. So I'm feeling like end of August might be the time. But let's just see if there's anything else Spirit wants to say about that. Another card to confirm this reading and when the new job's going to come in. When the new job's going to come in. One more card. Oh, that one wanted to come out. I saw that one. Yeah, 4. Yeah, I think you may be looking at 4 weeks. You're going to hear something. Now, that may not mean that the job starts then, but you're going to hear something and it's going to be very fulfilling. You're going to celebrate. I suggest maybe you get it. And you will hear from them fairly quickly. Almost like they get back to you really quickly once they see you. So from what I'm getting here, I think end of August, you're going to hear something. And maybe you start in September. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. So I hope that helps, and I hope that is what works out for you. And you're always welcome to come back and get another reading at another time. All right, who was next in the queue? Let's see. So we did you. Let me just see. I think the next person was Buell. You wanted a reading on finance and career. Are you still there? I'll just put your message up so you know, just in case I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Are you still there, Buell? I'll give you a moment while I sort the cards out. I hope, Ambika, that reading helps. Thank you very much for joining tonight. Thank you for all of you for joining tonight. Oh, I got this the wrong way around, yeah. Oh, apparently I can't put cards back in the deck. I did that wrong 2 ways. All right. No, I don't need another card out. Thank you very much. All right. So, oh, you're from Nepal. Oh, wow. Very international audience. This is so cool to have someone from Nepal here. Good luck. Good luck. Okay. Hey, Sweaty. Okay, so I'm not hearing for Buell. I think you were next, Sweaty, if I remember correctly. Let me just check. Yeah. Okay, I'm not hearing for Buell, so let's take your reading because you were next. And what did you ask for again? Let me just check the chat. Future Future spouse reading. Oh, okay. All right. So let's take the other tarot deck then. I'm just going to put the crystal ball back there. Let's bring that back in. I knocked the camera at some point. It's slightly off now. All right. Anyway. Okay. Let's bring the chat down again. Yes. Let me just get some water. Oh, and Dead Chrome. I think he went off when before I asked you this, but so if you can see on the bottom. Okay, we can look at that, Swati. But just so you know, Dead Chrome, these are the different options that are now on my website that are running across the bottom that you can choose from. But if you have a specific question, you can also ask that. So if you think about what you want while I'm doing this reading for Swati, I think there's maybe one more after Swati, and then it's you, if I remember correctly. Okay, so you want to know how will he be in physical appearance, nature-wise? Will he be loving and caring towards me? How will be my married life? Okay, so we'll send all that to Spirit, and we'll see what out of that Spirit wants to focus on and let you know about right now. Okay. Yeah. All right, Spirit, what can you tell us about what's his future spouse and how he'll be towards her and how will her married life be? Okay. All right. What can you tell us about this, Spirit? What does she need to know right now? For appearance, I might have to do a little channeling for that if something comes through. Let's see. Let's see what the cards tell us first. And also permissions involved here, so we have to see if that's okay to dig into. All right. Tell me when to stop shuffling. Getting a bit of energy coming in on this one. Ooh. Okay, that one hit the floor. Ooh. Magic. Well, whoever this is a very magical connection. It's going to feel magical. So that is pretty amazing right there. Let's see. Maybe the Spirit wants to pull cards. We'll see. And if not, I'll stop shuffling when Spirit tells me to. We'll just do a spread. What can you tell us about Swati's future spouse? Okay. Well, there's the marriage card right there. 7. So it's going to be very protective of you. Very protective of you. And this is like divine union. This is the marriage card. So this is definitely about your spouse and not like maybe somebody else. Okay. Do we want to pick some more cards? I feel like I want to pick some more cards. A little bit more information. Okay, this one stood out. 8 of Cups. Okay. And let's just get one more to clarify that 8 of Cups. Okay, I'm getting for the 8 of Cups, they're going to miss you a lot when you're not around. So if you're like doing different things in your life or, you know, visiting a friend or something like that, they're going to miss your physical presence. What else can you tell us? So it might be a little possessiveness, not in an unhealthy way, but someone who wants to make sure you're okay when you're not around them. And when you are around them, they'll definitely be very protective of you. One more card to clarify this reading. What can you tell us about what is future spouse? I'm not getting, with this protectiveness and that, I'm not getting the smothering sense. I'm getting the sense of like they will let you do your own thing and live your life, but they want to make sure you're okay. They will have no problem stepping up if somebody was to ever mess with you or there's a situation where you need backup, um, where you need someone to speak up or give moral support. But I feel like it's like some people could be possessive in the sense of I want to keep you in a box and nobody can see you and make sure you're all mine. I'm not getting that. I'm getting a sense of they just want to be the one that's just watching over you as you live your life and do your thing. And when they can't see what's going on with you, it's like they worry about you and they just want to be sure that you're okay. So there might be somebody that would be good to check in, like if you're apart, like maybe say you go to a conference or maybe you're going to visit a relative or whatever the case may be, that they're the kind of person that would be really beneficial to them if you check in with them, like send them a text and say, I'm okay, I arrived, or, you know, or just let them know what's going on with you, because I think that'll put their mind at ease. I think there's somebody that could be prone to worrying about you, but they may not show it. You know? Not in the sense of they don't think you're capable or anything, but in the sense of they feel at peace when they know you're okay. Okay, what else do you want to say, Spirit? How will be the married life? Think about his profession. Ooh. Okay. So we get desire. So there's definitely going to be a lot of passion between the two of you. We also get 7 of coins. So to me, it's like I think it's going to be a very patient person, and trusting. I'm getting as well, and invested in you. Then we get the Prince of Cups and the Princess of Spades. So that's like the Page of Wands. So the Prince of Cups, so this is somebody who's definitely going to be very romantic and able to express their emotions to you, and tell you how they're feeling. And I think they're going to be very inspired by you as well. Like something about I'm getting your courage, and your inner strength. I think it's going to be very inspiring for them. You may also share some creative passions together as well. Yeah, I feel like, let me just see. Anything about his profession? Let me just see if something comes through channeling, because none of this necessarily speaks to that. Yeah, definitely a very patient person, like willing to take their time with you, like particularly at the beginning, like to go at your pace, whatever that is. Yeah, and I'm also getting almost like you're like their muse in a way. You inspire them. Anyway, let me see if I can pick up anything on profession. If that is allowed to be shared right now. Okay, so there could be something to do with like medical or healing. I think this is a very compassionate person. I think this is somebody who likes to help people in some way. That could be anything. That could be like a counselor or a guide, or it could be like a doctor or a surgeon, or it could be someone who's into alternative healing, or even some kind of. No, I'm getting this is more in the physical healing rather than spiritual healing, but it could also go into emotional as well. Um, but they definitely like to help people. And it could be their nature, whether it's their profession, I don't know, but it's definitely their nature. So it would make sense if they go into that professionally. But the first thing I did here was doctor, I'll be honest with you. But that could take different forms. I don't think it's a person who's going to be like, because the way I'm not, the reason why I'm sort of hesitating to say that is it doesn't feel like it's someone who's going to be spending 18 hours in like surgery or whatever a week. It doesn't feel like they're gonna that their profession is going to compete with you. Um, it's almost like they have a bit more luxury of time somehow. Um, so does that mean they're part time, or they have a different kind of healing profession that allows them to either work close by or from home or something. So, because it feels like they're going to have plenty of time to give to you still. Yeah. It could even be that they've done this as a profession and they're kind of retired from it and they're moving on from it. That's another possibility. Was like done their time in that path. Maybe they're going to change paths, but that's afforded them maybe a certain kind of level of abundance or um, some kind of opportunity, other opportunity that allows them to have more time. Because when I said doctor, it didn't feel like 100% spot on in terms of what you might hear from that. But definitely someone who's very compassionate, and wants the best for people. And I think this is a person that gets to know a lot of people and what they're doing because of that, you know, like a lot of clients or something like that. I'm getting from all like from all walks of life actually. So he gets to see a broad spectrum of people for what he does, and he finds this very enriching and fulfilling to get to know sort of humanity on such a wide level. Okay, I'm getting a high energy coming in, which I'm taking as confirmation, and I'm just noticing that a light that was off has just come on, or has come on, and I'm only just noticing it from the same time. So I'm getting confirmation from spirit that I think that last part was really spot on. I feel like that might be all I can say right now. His financial status, I think he's pretty well off, actually. I'm getting the sense that the abundance of time he has is because he's financially in a good position. And he may have even taken some money and invested it as well, which is also, it's almost like I get the feeling that he's got more than one source of abundance, let's put it like that. And so he can be more flexible with his time because he's not having to work so many hours. He's already on a good foundation. And it may be, okay, I'm getting that maybe when they meet you, maybe he chooses to focus time on the relationship. And so maybe he doesn't spend as much time in his profession for a while, almost like he wants to invest in you as a priority. And then later on, something else happens. And that's a choice he makes. It's not that he's opportunity, it's like a choice he makes. And he's in a position to do that. So I would say he's pretty well off. It's almost like he wants to make sure the relationship has a good start. Handsome and charming. Now, these are relative things. What is handsome to one person is handsome to another. But my feeling is you're going to be very happy. I wouldn't worry about it. I think you're going to be very happy, have a very good feeling. The energy that came in just a little while ago was very positive. And I feel like Spirit wants to say, because you've asked a lot of questions, it's like, don't worry about it. It's okay. Leave a little up to surprise is what I'm getting from Spirit. Leave a little up to surprise. Let there be a little mystery. So I think that's the reading wants to end here. But I've definitely got this good feeling. I got this, it's almost like a fairy tale feeling. It's like, oh, it's so lovely. It's almost like the kind of thing you want to hear in romantic tales, you know, kind of thing, you know. So I think you're going to be very happy. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to bring that one to a close. I hope that is helpful, and you're always welcome to come and check in again later on if you need to. Yeah. So let me see who was next. I think there was somebody at Rocky's World. I believe you were next. Yeah. Are you still there, Rocky's World? Oh, you're welcome, Swaddy. I'm glad that it helped. Yeah, it was really nice doing that reading. I like the energy of it, so it was really sweet. Are you still there, Rocky's World? I'm going to give you a moment. I'll put these cards away and get some water. And if I don't hear from you, then we'll go on to I believe it is. Yeah, Dead Chrome, you're next. Yeah. Love from India. Oh. I had a feeling you were over there. I hadn't actually seen it, but I had a feeling that's where you were from. A love back to you from Denmark. Okay, let us shuffle that. And then I'll just get some water. Dead Chrome, if you can let us know what reading you would like. So if Rocky's not here, how would you? And it looks like he's not. So you still there, Dead Chrome? I would love to squeeze you in. Oh, and hey, ALZ. Nice to see you. I'm not sure if Dead Chrome is still around. Were you wanting a reading, ALZ? Because I might, if Dead Chrome doesn't come, I might be able to squeeze you in. I was going to stop after him because he was the first one in the queue, and then he went away. And then he came back and said, "Oh, I'm done." And now I think he's gone away again. All right, I'll just give this a moment. And if I don't hear from either one of you in a minute or so, then I will close up. Wrap it for the evening. You know what I didn't do? I didn't check the chip jar. Well, this time I forgot. Okay. That's all right. The tip was for someone I've already read, so that's cool. That's really sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Nina. I see your tip. Thank you so much. All right, let's go back to the queue. Okay, I'm not seeing anything from the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the wrap up now and just share a few things. And neither Dead Chrome or ALZ get back to me about what I'm reading, then we'll close. All right. So there is a giveaway going on right now on Tarot by Thea. You just have to subscribe to my Substack. This is where I'm doing my premium content now. I'm only doing live streams maybe once a season, just for special occasions, because I just can't do them regularly. It just takes too much time. But I am going to be doing recorded readings that I can put up both on Instagram and on Substack. The Instagram ones are going to kind of be free and very quick to put up, not a lot of post-production, but the Substack will be premium, and some of it will be free and some of it will be paid. But the giveaway is good because you can win two different things. You can win a reading or you can win a paid Substack subscription. So you can watch for 6 months all the paid premium content on there. And all you have to do is subscribe for free to my Substack by July 31st. I'm going to wait till like specific time, so everybody's got a chance to the end of the day. And if you subscribe for free, you have a chance to win one of the email readings or a paid Substack reading. But if you're a free subscriber, but if you do decide that you like what I'm doing and you want to support me and you become a paid subscriber, then you also have an additional draw for the paid subscribers, and they're going to get a tarot reading, which is like a 30-minute one. The email reading is for 15 minutes, and they're 2 cards. Tarot reading is 7 cards, and they're for 30 minutes. So it's a much more in-depth reading. So you've got to the end of the month to subscribe. You can get a free reading from me or subscription. So I definitely recommend you go over there. And the other place I would send you, if you want to know updates on what I'm doing on any platform, I put everything in my Facebook group. So, this is the free stuff, the premium stuff, even behind the scenes stuff of like, oh, I had this idea and I'm going to do this. I'll put updates there. So that's like my inner circle. That's like where you'll always be in the know of anything I do that is tarot related, channeling related, psychic, anything in that sort of genre is going to end up there. So I definitely recommend you hit that place up. And if you're just like, I want a reading from you, let's just do it. You can go to my website and Tarot by Thea. And it's even got a link at the top about all the relaunch details. So if you want to see all of the things that have been going on this week, because you weren't aware that there was relaunch week going on with Tarot by Thea, there's a page up on the menu, and you can see all the goodies that have been going on. And it's got the details of the giveaway and other things that have been released over the course of this week. So, all right. Well, there's nobody else in the chat, so I'm going to call it now. I just want to say I'm really, really grateful for you guys for showing up. I always wonder what it's going to be like, who's going to show up, how many readings I've got to do. It's always just like putting myself out there and see what comes back. And every time, there's always so much love and gratitude, and I just love it. So you guys are awesome, and thank you very much for being here. And I will see you on one of my platforms or in the next live stream. Or perhaps you're even going to book a read with me. So wherever it is, I'll see you soon. All right. Bye.